Bank of Indonesia, as the central bank of the Republic of Indonesia, has come a long way. Starting from the Javasche Bank or DJB, which was founded in 1828. Since the beginning, this circulation bank as well as commercial bank has had privileges in the Dutch colonial economic system, or referred to as octroy rights. Until the Japanese occupation, this bank have gained up to 7 octroy rights from the colonial government. In order to strengthen the sovereignty, the Javasche Bank issued various currencies that are adjusted to the interests of the economic condition of the people and politics of the colonial government. When Japan seized the Dutch East Indies and forced the Dutch government to leave Indonesia, the Japanese government dissolved the DJB and established Nanpo Kaihatsu Ginko, or NKG, to replace the role of DJB. NKG role was to strengthen the influence of Japan in economics as well as issuing money, known as the Japanese currency. After independence of Indonesia in 1945,
Proklamasi Kami Bangsa Indonesia,
the needs of central bank are intensified. The government issued a mandate to establish Bank Negara Indonesia through government regulation in lieu of legislation number 2 year 1946, which thereafter known as BNI 46. Afterwards, the government issued Uang Republik Indonesia as legal payment method on October 30th, 1946. Each October 30th is celebrated as the National Currency Day. In its development, BNI 46 faces many obstacles, limitations of experienced human resources, office networks that are not very supportive, as well as instability of the political situation and the economic consequences of the war. This created a difficult situation for the bank and encouraged local governments to issue ORIDA, or Republic of Indonesia regional money. The struggle to defend the sovereignty of Indonesia continued to be done with diplomacy efforts in regards to economic sovereignty. One of those efforts was the negotiation with the Dutch in the Round Table Conference in Den Haag in 1949. At that time, the Dutch government demanded Indonesia to pay compensation of 4,300 million gulden as a condition of recognition of Indonesian sovereignty. Like the saying, "There is no free lunch," that high price was agreed by Indonesia in order to step forward into the true independence and sovereignty as a lawful state with international recognition. After the Round Table Conference and the dissolution of the Federation Republic of Indonesia in 1950, the president immediately took steps to nationalize the Dutch-owned companies in the country. That include to formally acquire the Javasche Bank as the Dutch central bank by buying and controlling 97% shares of DJB. This acquisition demonstrates the seriousness of Indonesia as a new country that have self-esteem. The age of bitterness and exploitation of Indonesian people since the Dutch colonialism to the Japanese occupation has ended. Therefore, the bank, which has been established since 1828, is legally owned by Indonesia. Now, Indonesia opens new page of history as a sovereign state politically and economically. Indonesian economic sovereignty, guarded by the establishment of Bank of Indonesia as the central bank of the Republic of Indonesia, was officially established in 1953. As Indonesia's economic growth continues to improve and strengthen, Bank of Indonesia is present to maintain and oversee the pace of economic stability, prosperity, and welfare of Indonesia.